Prince Charles tested positive for coronavirus in March, and it is believed he may have caught it from the Prince Albert II of Monaco, but there is another potential explanation. The Prince of Wales sat opposite Prince Albert at a Water Aid event in London on March 10. 9 days later, Prince Albert tested positive for coronavirus. On March 25, Clarence House announced that Charles had tested positive for COVID-19 and was suffering mild symptoms, while Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, tested negative. This led to speculation that Charles had caught the virus from Albert. However, there is another potential explanation that has so far evaded sufficient scrutiny. Cheltenham Festival, which took place on March 10 to 13, just days before the government announced a nationwide lockdown on March 23, came under fire for going through with the event despite warnings that large gatherings help the spread of the virus. Even the government was criticized for allowing the event to take place, as it saw thousands gather from all over the country in close proximity to each other, and then disperse back to where they lived, potentially spreading the virus to their hometowns. At least 60,000 racegoers were in attendance each afternoon, and several high-profile figures who have since been diagnosed with coronavirus. One of those figures was Andrew Parker Bowles, the Duchess of Cornwall's former husband, who believes he caught the virus at the racing event. He told The Telegraph, "I've felt pretty bloody awful with it. I've had a bad cough and I've been very lethargic. I'm sleeping twice as long as normal." Asked whether he thought the event should have been cancelled, he responded, "To be honest, it was optional whether we went. At the time, the underground was running full of people. You can't blame Cheltenham. To be fair, attendance was 10% down, but I do know quite a few people who picked it up there." In a startling twist, Camilla also attended Cheltenham but without her husband Charles. She socialized with her former husband Andrew Parker Bowles at the event, and with another of Andrew's exes, Princess Anne. Therefore, it is possible Camilla could have picked up COVID-19 from Andrew or someone else at the festival and then passed that on to Charles, while remaining asymptomatic herself. If she did not experience the symptoms herself, it could be that she was free of the disease by the time she and Charles got tested. Conversely, if Charles did indeed get coronavirus from Prince Albert II of Monaco or from someone else during his royal duties, he could have passed this to Camilla. Then, if the Duchess was asymptomatic, she could have passed it on to Andrew without knowing it. In fact, Camilla could even have been a so-called super spreader at Cheltenham, infecting multiple people who then went home, taking the virus with them. Several Britons have already been branded super spreaders of coronavirus, including a man in his 50s who contracted it while at a conference in Singapore. He then traveled to France where he stayed with his family in the ski chalet in Les Contamines Montjoie. 5 people who were in the chalet have since tested positive after traveling back to their home countries. Charles has since recovered from his symptoms and both he and the Duchess are out of self-isolation. The Prince of Wales followed the Queen's lead yesterday in marking the 75th anniversary of V-Day, reading an extract from his grandfather King George VI's diary of that day in 1945. Meanwhile, the Queen told the nation that the streets were not empty, but filled with the love and care we have for each other.